Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third party review. In today's video we're taking a look at the MB-32 Armour Eagle. This is Fans Hobby's take on a masterpiece style Super God Master Force Metal Hawk. Absolutely loved Master Force. Didn't start watching it until like late teens and absolutely adored it. Obviously saw a lot of the Master Force figures back in the UK when I was growing up. Didn't really know much about them. A lot of them were teased on some of the cover arts for some of the old VHSs, but were never actually part and parcel of those episodes. But finally get a copy of Metal Hawk. I didn't jump in when Hasbro did theirs, but I am so glad that Fans Hobby have, and they've given us the Pretender armor. So hopefully this is the first of many done in the same. Loving this gorgeous retro box art, and we've got this again done very much in the style of the old toys. Let's crack him open. And here we have him out of his plastic prison. Now, there is an option to have the wings pointing up. They do flip around and hinge at the back. I think there's a couple of scenes where he did have them pointing up. I think the majority of the time they are pointing down in the show, but he's exactly what we need from Metal Hawk. He looks fantastic. My only real gripe is the hands. The hands are white. I'm pretty sure that in the animation they were blue. I could be wrong. I'm probably going to have to go back and check afterwards. Now I'm second guessing myself. I have got him slightly leaning back because it's a very heavy gun, and it does tend to bring him forward and put him off balance if he holds it, but he looks sensational. It does exactly what he needs to. It is an MP sized version of Metal Hawk. Oh, he looks so good, doesn't he? Love the colours on this guy. Now, he does come with a plethora of accessories. He does have like his sword, and we have all of these armour pieces. Now, in the show, he goes from his humanoid form, he shouts suit, which converts him into the armoured suit that we know and love. From there, he then goes Pretender, which brings him to this form, and from here, he can then transform, which turns him into his jet form. Purpose of the video, I want to go from his robot form to the jet form, and then we'll go back to this form and show what he looks like with all of that armour. But before we do all that, let's just compare him to some of our other Master Force figures. Here we have him alongside some of the Headmaster Juniors and Fans Hobby's God Jinrai. Here we have him alongside some Destrons. And here we have him alongside KFC's take on Jinrai. So personally, I don't think it really matters how you're going to display him or who you have him displayed with. I think he's going to look incredible nonetheless. Just remove his gun. And let's just take a look at his articulation. Head can go up, down, left, right, tilt side to side. We do have movable antennae. Arms ratcheted, front and back. Love that. Nice bicep rotation there. Slightly hindered double jointed bicep. We have rotation on the wrist, and we have motion on those fingers. Waist does rotate. No abdominal crunch in there. Hip skirts to the front and side allow for nice range forwards, nice range back, out to the side, upper thigh rotation. Nice deep bend on that leg. And then we have some up and down and some pivot side to side on those feet. Exactly what we need from a Metal Hawk figure. I love that kind of stance. He just looks so good, doesn't he? I can't say I'm really going to display him with his sword, but it's always nice to just see how that looks as well. Look at that. That's a really nice look for him. Right, to get him transformed up, you want to rotate these arms around. You want to just bring open the wrist sections. I have no nails whatsoever. Close up these hands, flip the hands in like so. There we go. And there's this ridge here that's going to line up with the ridge on that wrist. Rotate that arm back around and push and compress that in fully. This chest panel is going to flip down like so. There we go. Which allows this piece to come down. That comes down. There's a tab at the back here. This section can also come down. On the instructions, says to push from this side, but I can't push from that side because this is in the way. So I normally go around from this side, like so. See, the head is upside down. These sections here are going to expand outwards. This can then, he says, come out like this. These can then close off around like so, and then this tab can come back in. Like so, and close off. There, this is going to come in like this, and this one here going to come back off and close off. The section above the Autobot insignia is going to come down, which allows this to come up like so. This is then going to come through. It's going to turn like so, and then it's going to come back off. That's then going to sit back in on those torso pieces. There we go. So we now have some landing gear at the front. This is going to come up like so. Fins are going to come out to the side. This is going to come up, fold over, and there's a tab just on the underside. That's going to just tally up, over, tab, and tally up. The landing gear is going to come down and rotate. Landing gear is going to come down, and rotate. This section here comes upwards. This is going to come out of the way, isn't it? Going to go down there, just so we can open up this leg piece. And if you look here, this is on a sliding hinge, so it's going to come up, slide all the way down, and then rock around. The hip skirts are going to be up and up like so. So we've got clearance, and then it's going to come around, and with those up, it's going to come down, and that's just going to clear and bring that down. Bring that down like so. This can come down, this can come down. There, that really kind of tidied up nicely there. This is then going to come up and onto the leg. This one at the back here is going to come up and on to the leg. Come around to both of the arms. You want to slide that out and push the chest down so it's now raised above this torso piece. And then we're going to want to raise these arms up, bring them up like so, like this, and then these can come up. Position this so this is facing down like this. This comes up, so that's there. So you've got this groove here and a hinge there. So when this comes in and sits down, that just slides in. Look at that, like magic. And then we can bring this up. There's this tab here, so that when it rocks over, I'm going to push, tab, and secure in. So again on this side, bring that up, bring that over, push, tab, and secure that into position. Now, if you had the gun extended or retracted, I like that retracted. I think it looks kind of Power Rangey like this, but that can come over like so. This can then come up, this can come over like so, and we're left with kind of the rear thruster sections of the jet, and these are just going to come in like so, and you can see there's these tabs here. Those are going to come in, that's going to push Come on, in you come. Just line it all up. There we go. Push and tab that in. We can then rotate this around like so, and rotate this one around like so. That secures that on, and then we can bring in our sword if you so wish, and that can just pop in to the top there like so. Transform! Now Metalhawk is smaller than some of the other jets by quite a substantial amount, but I honestly think he'll hold his own. Gorgeous looking piece. Absolutely love it. As if by magic, here we have him back transformed up into his bot mode. And we can start by just taking a look at the Pretender head. It just opens up. We can bring in the head there, and that's going to slide in and in like so, and just pop the faceplate back on. There's our head. Shoulder pieces just go up and over on both sides. And we have two of these forearm pieces again. These just open like so, over and over like so, with the fins facing outwards on those forearms. So again here, just slide that one across and slide that one across. I have no nails. Right, so that goes underneath, so the fin is outwards, and then this section comes in and closes off like so. Our waist panel can come on and just go over like so. We can bring in our chest, which just again slides up and over. Oh, already completely changed. And our leg pieces are much the same as what we did with our arms. They just disengage. There's a couple of tabs here, allow us these to line up like so, and then that's just going to come in, push and tab over the back of the leg, and here we have him fully done up in his shell. Absolutely love how that looks. That's a good look for him. I don't know how to display him though. I don't know whether I should keep him like this or keep him in his yellow form. That I'm really not sure of. First world problems. Yeah, it's good. I really like it. I love what they've done with it. If anything, I'd like maybe to mount that jetpack section kind of on the back that forms the gun to kind of cover off those wings slightly. But yeah, he's a really good Pretender. I would love to see more of these done in this style with this kind of armor. I think that's a really intuitive way of doing it. A really nice nod back to the originals as well. As you can see, I have stuck my own emblem on the front there, a nice big chunky one. I thought that really kind of reminds me of the old original toy. But like all of our Fans Hobbies products we've had lately, we do get our own little selection of stickers. These are definitely kind of more toy inspired in my opinion, and of course we do get the collector's card as well there. Very nice looking figure. Honestly, very, very impressed, and something that I think is really good. If you have some Joes or some other 1/12 scale figures, I actually don't think that's too far off. You see them grow in size when they get the armor and everything on. I personally think that works really well. That's where I'm in two minds. Could I display this with my 1/12 figures? Or do I turn him up into his robot form and display him with the rest of my Master Force robots? How do you display yours? Let me know in the comments section below. I've included a link in the description below where this can be purchased, And until next time, for myself and the rest of the Collectibles household, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.